Hi, artists. This is Ms.Turner, and today I'm super excited about the animal we are going to be drawing. We're drawing a snow leopard, which is one of my favorite animals. We know some facts about snow leopards, like they live up high in the snowy mountains in Asia. They can jump over 50 feet from rock to rock in the mountains. They usually live by themselves, and their spots and dark fur help them blend into the snowy rocks in the mountains. So some cool facts about snow leopards. I'm excited to use them when we draw. Today for our drawing, I'm going to be drawing with a marker pen, and then I'm going to be coloring with a pink, black, gray, brown, green, and blue colored pencil. But remember, you can use crayons, you can use markers, you can use normal pencils, you can use colored pencils, you can use whatever you would like to draw with me. So I'm going to go ahead, move my pencils to the side, since I'll use them for coloring later, and I will get my marker ready to draw my snow leopard. I'm going to start by drawing my snow leopard's head. This is pretty easy, it's just like other animals we've drawn. I'm going to start kind of small at the top and then get bigger as I go down. Almost like a circle that's been squished a little bit. That's going to be the shape of my snow leopard's head. And I'll move it up a little bit so you can see better. Then I'm going to draw two ears. The two ears are going to be curved triangles, just like a cat, because a snow leopard's kind of like a big cat. I'm going to draw those two lines and then add some little details by drawing a little line to show thickness. And then snow leopards are called snow leopards because they live up high in the mountains where there is snow. So I'm going to use my zigzag motion to add some fur inside his ear so his ears don't get too cold. Then I'm going to draw eyes. I like to add the details to the face next. Remember, my eyes are just two circles, and I'm leaving a little bit white. There's a little bit white to show the light reflecting off their eyes. Next, I'm going to draw his nose. Noses are easy as pie on animals like these. Straight line, slant down, slant down. Wow, there you go. An upside down triangle makes our snow leopard's nose. Now I get to draw my snow leopard's mouth, and I'm going to draw his mouth a little bit differently than I've drawn the mouths on other animals, so I want you to watch carefully. I'm going to draw down like a J. There's my shape like a J. But I'm going to keep going. I'm going to loop my shape like a J all the way back up to my snow leopard's nose. I know that looks kind of silly, but let me do it on the other side too. Shape like a backwards J. I'm going to loop it all the way back up to my snow leopard's nose. Then I'm going to draw underneath here a curved line, kind of like that. That's going to be my snow leopard's little chin. So he has a chin. This is his mouth. And there's his nose. That looks like a cat's mouth. I'm going to add 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 for a detail that shows where his whiskers are coming out. Then I'll add the whiskers, 3 lines coming out from this shape by his nose. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There is my snow leopard's face. Now I get to draw more of his body. So again, he lives in the snow where it's super cold. So I'm going to use my zigzag shape, zigzag, 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 to draw some fur. This fur will help keep him warm when it's so cold up in the mountains. Here's my zigzag shape. Underneath the zigzag shape, I will draw his legs. 2 straight lines. And snow leopards have pretty big paws, because remember, they can jump 50 feet. They're going to need big feet to help them take off for that jump. There's one foot. I'm going to go over a little bit. Line down, another big curve, straight line. There's my snow leopard's feet. I'm going to add some toes. Here's some toes. Toes, toes, toes for my snow leopard. Now I need to keep drawing his body. So I'm going to draw a curved line here. I'm going to draw his back leg now, just like I drew his front line. Straight line down, curved line, straight line. There's one back leg. And now I'll draw his other back leg too. Another straight line, curve over, straight line, add toes. There's my snow leopard's legs. And I'm going to use a kind of curved line like that to draw his body. Now I get to draw his tail because snow leopards have tails that help them balance. So here we go. Here's a tail. I'm going to go down. And his tail's kind of bigger at the end because it's nice and fluffy. So I drew a swoopy line, curve around, swoopy line back up. Now my snow leopard is missing something. Do you know what he's missing? That's right, he's missing spots. Snow leopards have spots to help them blend in with the dark and light spots in the rocks and the mountains where they live in the snow. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start on his back making spots. I'm just going to draw kind of oval shapes. Some of them are going to be big and some of them are going to be small because their spots are all different sizes. So I'm going to go in and add my spots. They usually don't have spots on their bellies, so I'm going to leave his belly more blank. I'll go down his leg. Maybe the spots are a little bit smaller on his leg, since his legs are a smaller part of his body. There's some spots on his legs. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some fur at the very end of his tail, because I know when I've seen snow leopards, usually their tails are fluffy at the end. But then I'll go ahead and add some spots going up his tail. There we go. Then on top of his head, here's some spots. Spot, 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 spot. Maybe I'll even add some by his cheeks, just like 3 on this side, 3 on this side. So go ahead and add in your snow leopard's spots. I'll give you a sec to do that. I'm going to draw a little bit of a background too, because I want to remember snow leopards' habitats are the snowy mountains. So I'm going to go ahead and draw kind of like a jagged shape, kind of like a point there. There's some mountains. And maybe, I know they live by trees too, so maybe I'll add a tree, like my snow leopard is living in the trees and the mountains are in the background. So I added some background for my snow leopard. I'll add some snow in the mountains because they live in the snowy mountains. There's my background. Now I'm ready to draw. So I'll start coloring, oops, not with my blue, silly me, with my pink. I'll color in his nose nice and pink. Maybe I'll color in underneath his mouth pink too. And give him some pink cheeks. Remember, the pink cheeks are just so they look cute. In real life, it would be hard to see if their cheeks were pink or not. Pink cheeks. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to color a lot of my spots black, because their spots are usually a darker black. I'm going in, coloring the spots black. Remember, why snow leopards have black spots is because it helps them camouflage. Camouflage is a vocabulary word. That means blend in with their habitat or their surroundings. Where snow leopards live, there's lots of rocks and there's lots of little plants. And those plants have shadows. They have lots of little shadows. So a snow leopard's dark spots, I'm coloring in the tips of his ears black too. A snow leopard's dark spots help them blend in with the shadows in the rock and blend in with their surroundings. That way, if anyone wanted to hurt a snow leopard, it would be hard to see it because it's camouflaging, it's blending in. It also helps it when it's hunting, trying to catch things like goats and sheep. Okay, so now I'm going to take my gray. I'm ready to color in my snow leopard's fur. I'm going to take my gray and I'm going to color in kind of along the edges. Sometimes their face is white in the middle, so that's why I'm not going to color their face in the middle. I'm just going to color in the edges gray. I'll color in the ears gray as well. This gray color kind of looks like the shadows in the snow, so the gray color also helps them camouflage. I'm going to color in his legs gray, but I'm going to leave his paws white because their paws are white like the snow they live in. And I'm going to keep coloring. I'm going to color along his back gray. Nice gray. Down his legs gray. I'm going to color his tail gray as well. If I wanted to add even more details, I can go in and I can add some brown around some of the spots, because the brown kind of looks like the dirt, and they also camouflage in with dirt in the summer when it's not quite as snowy in their mountain homes. I could add a little bit of snow or a little bit of brown even in with the gray to make this more of a camouflagey color. I'm going to take my brown as well, and I'm going to color in the trunk of the tree. And maybe I'll color in a little bit of the mountains in the background brown, because sometimes they're brown where there's not snow in our mountains in Asia. Then I take my green and I can color in my tree, my beautiful little tree that my snow leopard is living by. I can color in my tree a nice green color. This is part of my snow leopard's habitat. Now I can take my blue. And snow leopards are actually really cool. A lot of times they have blue eyes, so I could color in by that white spot blue if I wanted to give my snow leopard some blue in his eyes. And I also can use my blue pencil to color in the sky behind my snow leopard. His blue eyes almost camouflage with the sky. Isn't that cool? I'm coloring in my sky. And there is my drawing of a snow leopard. I hope you had fun drawing a snow leopard today. Snow leopards are one of my favorite animals. They're so fun to draw. I'll see you next time we draw, my friends. Goodbye.